All right, we're here at the famous rock store on something kind of special. This is the Energica EGO. It's the production version. Last year we rode the prototype in Volterra, Italy. Was impressed with that bike because it was a prototype and yet it seemed very close to being finished. Now we got the production version and it is very finished. One of the issues with electric bikes is always the throttle response. You want it to feel like a motorcycle, and some electric bikes feel like a golf cart. So there's two things about electric vehicles that everybody always has to talk about. One is range and the other one is power. Power-wise, this is no golf cart, this is a fast machine. Earlier today I signed a waiver saying no wheelies, and well, there was no traffic cops nearby, and there was a couple times over a little rise in the road that I got on the gas and the front end came up. So we've got some serious power here. It's 100 kilowatts, rated at 100 kilowatts of power. So we definitely got some power. We went on a ride where we were hammering on this thing and some of the great roads around here. We did about 45 miles and we came back with about 30% of range on the 11.7 kilowatt hour battery remaining. So even if you're hammering on it, you can still go a considerable distance. If you're actually just trolling around and not going wide open like we are, you might even get to the 100-mile range that they estimate that you can get. There's 4 power modes. We, of course, spent pretty much all of our ride in the sport mode, which it's got the biggest power. There's also eco mode where you can just kind of cruise along and not burn up so much energy juice. So it's nice to have all those options. New instrumentation since we rode the prototype. It's a beautiful TFT color dash where you've got 4 riding modes, select them, and we got 4 regen modes which you can select. And often regen modes are just kind of awkward, and this one is really nicely done. It's got like a compression braking if you fully close the throttle, and yet there's a free play zone where it doesn't give you any compression braking. And I found that was the best selection because it felt more like a normal motorcycle. And when you're talking about electric motorcycles, people always want to feel like they're riding a motorcycle they already know. And this is really nicely tuned. And we got Daniel Schoenwald here, who is a friend of mine, and he's ridden the Bramo, and he wasn't too keen with the throttle on that one.
The EGO, it's a complete motorcycle. It's a lovely bike. It's a bike for today. The Bramo was a motorcycle in a stage, and it wasn't ready for prime time. And to be honest with you, they say, oh, we're going to get rid of this mechanical backlash, etc., etc. This bike is a complete bike. It's ready for today. So the feedback on this, I was thinking, if I had a servo company, I'd want to have a servo like this. But wait, I do have a servo company, and it would look just like this one, feel just like this one. That's being highly critical. This is it's got good feedback. Brand X is like fuel injection in the 90s. This one is fuel injection for today. There's no niggly points.
Another thing about electric vehicles, there's a big misconception, is that they're silent. They're quieter than gas bikes, they're quieter than the Harleys that are rolling up and down here all day, but they are not silent. They've got a whirring, science fiction-y sound that really is kind of stimulating. Daniel, well, you've got an opinion on how they sound, right?
Yes, I do. Forget about Walter Mitty. The motor screams.
So all the EGOs will be equipped with ABS brakes. Right now, these bikes we rode didn't have them because they're undergoing testing with Bosch. So we've got about 9 more months till they're going to be available. If you want to order one, get them in your garage. So about April or May of next year, they're going to be available to consumers. And they start out at $34,000, which isn't cheap, but this is a high-end motorcycle. And if you want the highest end, this is the EGO 45. It's the first 45 units are going to be blessed with Olane suspension, carbon fiber bodywork, forged aluminum wheels, and it's really the pinnacle of what Energica is offering. So that one will just about double the price, $34,000 to $68,000. this is kind of a bit up your alley. You've got some high-end machinery in your garage. Is this something that would tempt you to park it in your garage?
It's not about the bike you have, Kevin. It's about the bike you're looking for. In this bike, plaque on it says 00. Very enticing. You know, 001 is nice, but 00 is the ground floor. But having said that, it's not the ground floor at the beginning of prototyping. This is a complete bike. And I've said that 5 times already.
So yeah, we got a lot more miles here than we did when we had it in Italy. And we were really riding pretty hard here on these roads. The brakes are dynamite. They increased the disc diameter by 10 millimeters, 330 millimeter Brembo with Brembo monoblock calipers, excellent brakes. Handling wise, to me it doesn't steer super quick, but that's because you're carrying around 11.7 kilowatt hours of battery in between your legs. So here on these roads, we were going much quicker than we were in Italy, and I got a smile on my face afterwards. So if you're watching this on YouTube, you got to read the whole story on the Ego on Motorcycle.com, because we got way more than we can fit into a video. For now, we're wrapping up. Got to plug the chargers in. They're going to get ready to go for another ride.